Today we are going to do this example where we will create a search interface using a custom controller. Okay, so all that we have to do is we'll just go ahead and create a Visual Force page, and we'll also create a class. In the class, we will use our get method and the page reference method. Along with that, I'm going to use one more type of method, a void method. Okay, and I'll use that as a setter. Okay, the way we have a getter method, the get methods, those are called getters. Getter method is used for getting the value from the program. I would need all the microphones on mute, please. Okay, a getter method is to get the value from the program to the page, correct? Controller to view. Controller is the program where your controlling logic is written. View is the front end interface. Here you need a get method. Now we are going to talk about view to controller. For this we need a set method. Okay, so that's the thing. And the set method can have, this should have return type void. Okay, get method can have return type as primitive, or this can have return type as primitive or as object. Fine, but this setter method should have return type as void. Means it should not return anything, just that it should just pass the value from the view to the controller. That's what needs to be done. So I'm going to use this. Once I write the code, you will understand that better. And secondly, we are going to use SOSL query here. What is SOSL? Pretty similar to the select queries that we have been writing. So select query, basically the syntax is select, let's say whatever, XYZ from table name, right? That's how select query works. This select query is part of SOQL, Salesforce Object Query Language. We have this SOSL, which gives us a find query. Okay, so with find, what you can do is you can perform a search inside the database. Got it? So it allows you to find a certain keyword in all fields, returning some fields. Okay, whatever fields you want to return. So it can perform a search in the entire database and return you the result. All right. So that's basically what we are going to do. That's what we're going to use. So SOSL query has a find statement. So we are going to use the SOSL query because I'm going to create a search interface. I'll use the find statement. Okay. And this SOSL stands for Salesforce Object Search Language. It's very similar to our SOQL queries only. Okay. So let's get started with this. So we'll start with the class. Develop Apex classes. Click on new. define it as public class. Define as C6. Okay. Now, while I'm actually trying to perform a search, what all variables I need? One is going to be the variable, the search keyword, right? The keyword that needs to be searched, right? So that will be string, correct?
This class, public class C6, we made it yesterday, so it should be unique or it can be repetitive.
No, it has to be unique. C6 we have already done.
Yes,
So it should be
yesterday.
C7. Class name cannot be repeated. So string search keyword. Uh, yeah, sorry. So I've defined one string called search keyword, or you can just call it keyword, whatever you want to call it. Okay. So one string has been defined. Let's say I'm trying to create a page for searching accounts. So I will have to display list of accounts, right? After performing the search, it will return some result, correct? So that will be list of accounts. List of account. Or let me say list of opportunity results. Whichever object you want to return, basically you just define a list of that particular object. So two things, keyword and results. Results is list of opportunities because that's what it's going to return, and keyword is the keyword that will be searched. Okay. Now the next that we'll have to do is define a get method for both of them, both these things, for both these values, right? Because I want to call them on the Visualforce page and display the values. Get method for both. So for first one, public string get keyword return keyword. What is the function of this method? It will take the value of keyword from the program to the view, right? That's what a get method does. Again, look at it here. Controller to view. Get method will do this. All right. Let me define one more get method. That will be for the list of opportunities. Get results. This will be used for displaying the results on the Visualforce page. Return results. Alright, so I've defined two variables. Let me parallelly start working on the Visualforce page also. So let's keep the class here. I'll come back to this, but let me go and create the Visualforce page. Any ideas what was the last page that we created?
I think it's V19. Yeah. Next to
V19. Okay. So we'll create the page. So we are going to work on this part by part so that you understand. So I've just defined two variables. One is the keyword, one is the result. All right. We're going to do this part by part so that you understand. Controller is going to be C7 as we defined earlier. Okay. On the visual force, what all components I need? I need a text box where I can actually enter the keyword and a page block table to display the results. Correct? So let me put it this way: page block title, my search interface aspects. Input text box, value, keyword. Text command button, value, search. It is required inside an Apex form component. It's a in only property. Okay. So this is how my interface should look. Correct? I should enter my keyword here, click on the search button, and then it should perform the search in the backend database and return me the result. Correct? So for result, again, I need a table, Apex page block table, value, results, variable r, Apex column, value r dot name, amount, stage name, amount, stage name, and
Close it.
close it. Okay. Okay. So one page block table has been created, but currently does not have show any result or anything. You can try putting hello and click on search button. It will not work because I've not done any logic connection as of now. So all that we have to do here is we just have to define one. I need to define the action for this button. So for defining action for this button, what kind of a method I will use? Page reference, right? A page reference method will be defined for this. So I need to define one more page reference method. I need to take the value from this input text area, right? And supply it to the controller, to the program. For that, what kind of a method is required? Setter method. Okay. So this time my job is not what we have been doing so far. We have been using a get method which takes the value from the program, displays it on the page. This time we are trying to do something else. What are we trying to do? We're trying to take the value from the page and supply it to the program. So for that, it's a setter method. Okay. So one setter method or a set method basically, and one page reference is required. So two methods are required, two functions are required on this. Rest everything is done.
Jit, I'm getting a bit confused. Can you just repeat it?
Which part? Tell me. What was the last thing you could understand?
Oh, the setter method which you mentioned.
Okay, don't get into that. Look into this page. What do I need now? This page is not functional currently. I just created the components. So there are two things which I need to do. One, I need to make a provision for taking the value from here and putting it to the program. Correct?
Program in the sense the Apex class, is it?
Apex classes.
Okay.
Right? So I need to define a function which can take the value from here and pass it to the program. Correct? So there should be one function which does this thing. And
Okay.
there needs to be one function which actually will be called on click of this button.
Mm-hmm.
So this function, the one that we define for this, should take the value. This function should use that value to search and return the result. Correct?
Okay. Okay.
That's the
Okay.
logic. Okay. So
Okay.
these two functions are missing. And what we're going to do is we're just going to create these two functions.
Okay.
So set method, as I said, a return type will be void. It does not return anything. So you will define it as a void method. Public void set keyword.
Hi Jane, quick question on the set method.
Yeah.
So set means it has nothing to do like setting the value in the database, right? That's not
No,
here.
not in the database.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. Just setting the value to a variable here. So you define a method called set keyword, and for this method you define a parameter also. String called input. Okay, this is a parameter that I'm defining. All right. So the set keyword will take the value as this variable, and then it needs to set it to my keyword. So if you enter hello, first of all, hello will be set to this input, and then I'm saying that my keyword equals to input. That's it. And because it's a void method, it does not require a return statement. Return statement is only required for the methods which are non-void methods, but it's a void method, so there is no return statement required.
Jit, why we are assigning input to keyword? Input is string input, is it? Input.
String
Okay.
input, right? So when you are actually defining a set method, you are defining a parameter for it. Okay, that parameter will take the value. Remember, we did an example for standard list controller where we were supplying the parameter and we defined a variable which will take the parameter and then supply the parameter somewhere else. Got it? So this is the parameter. It will, so wherever this method is called, okay, that method will take this as the parameter. Whatever value is provided, that will be taken here, and then it will be passed on to my variable. Got it? So this method will take the value into this variable and then it will pass it on to my variable. That's what I'm actually asking it to do. Got it? So the set keyword method will set whatever the user enters to my variable. My variable is keyword.
Explain again the set keyword string input.
Sorry.
can you please explain again how this will work, set keyword and string input? With how it
Set
will take
keyword
the value?
function, set keyword function. For that, we are defining this as a parameter. Okay. So whenever this function is called, it will take this value as a parameter. Okay, as a string parameter, and I am given it a name called input. Okay. Now, after that, in the next line, I am setting the value to my keyword. Keyword is what? Keyword is this variable. You got it?
So this string keyword is every time we have to write this way only, this string keyword. What is this string keyword to me?
It's a variable called string.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna search. Okay.
Oh, this is the variable and this is the input type string, right? And then this
This
is
is
the
also a
variable.
variable. See, this is a variable string. This is also a variable string. Okay. This has been defined as a parameter for the method. A parameter for the method is when the method is called, the related value will be passed into the parameter. Okay.
That, yeah, that I understand. But this string keyword on in the first line, I think that's why I'm confusing
That's a
because
variable. That's another variable, right?
Mhm.
I mean, I have to define a variable for my search instance, right?
Mhm.
Correct. What needs to be searched? So that's a variable. That's what I've defined. Okay.
Okay.
And this is a parameter for the set keyword method.
Mhm.
A parameter in the sense, what does it actually mean, Jeet?
Parameter, any value that you are passing every time the function is being called.
Okay, okay. So here we are basically giving the value input to the variable keyword,
Do you
right? That
remember
is
the
what we are.
param? Do you remember the param function that we did for the visual
Yeah,
first
yeah,
page?
yeah,
What were
yeah,
we
yeah.
doing in that? Just explain it to me. What did we do?
Oh. Param.
What
Mm,
did we do? Anyone who remembers?
we were actually passing the parameter.
Now, what is parameter? What were we passing? Some related value we were passing in a variable,
Yeah,
right?
some ID and
It
name,
could be anything, ID, name, number,
anything. Yeah,
something was
name.
being
Yeah,
passed into a
yeah,
certain
true.
variable, correct?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Every time click on the link, that variable was defined and the value was being passed there. That's it.
Okay. Yeah,
Every time
true.
this function is called, okay, it will basically pass the value from that input text into this particular variable. Okay. Now I am just trying to uh, say that keyword is equal to input. Whatever value has been passed, I am just trying to set it to my keyword because I will perform a search on the keyword.
Oh, you
It's
basically
as
mean
simple as
the.
just this is very difficult to understand. You just call it A.
Yeah, Jeet, basically you I need to say that whatever word we are inputting there in the search box,
Hmm.
that would be passed to the variable keyword, is it?
Right.
Okay.
That's what we're trying to do. So if this is A and this is B, I'm just saying A equals to B. That's it. As simple as that.
Mhm.
Still confusion?
Am I right, Jeet? Like whatever we are inputting there in the
You're
search box,
absolutely
that will be
correct.
passed
No,
on
no,
to
that's
input.
absolutely correct. Whatever
Pardon?
we absolutely correct. Whatever you insert there,
Okay,
that will be
okay.
passed into input, and from input, I am just supplying it to the keyword.
Mm-hmm.
Why I am supplying it to the keyword? Because in the search query, I will use the keyword variable. Correct?
Okay.
Let me know if anyone still has doubt quickly. Now it's just a matter of writing the page reference method. How will we write that? Page reference search. Whatever you want to give. Search now. and this is where I have to define my query, and I should say return null. This page reference method should not go anywhere, it should stay on the same page, so I will just say return null, and you can define your search query here. Okay, so this time we are not dealing with the SOQL query, we are going to write a find statement. Okay, so all that I have to do is I just have to write it like this: results equals list of opportunity. Let me make it account. I think that will be better. This is where you have to write a find statement. Find. What do we need to find? Keyword. In all fields, returning account, name, type, industry, phone, fax. This is how find statement needs to be written. What do you want to find and what do you want to return? So the keyword
All
needs
in
to be
caps.
find. Sorry?
This is all in caps.
Which
All field returning.
you can write it in small. Apex and Visual Force are not case sensitive. I've just written for your understanding. You can write it in small also. Okay. So it will search for find for this keyword in all the fields and return the accounts where it finds that value. Okay, so if your keyword is hello, it will find for hello wherever it finds hello, it will return all those accounts. And which all fields it will return these. So returning account and the name, type, industry, phone, fax. Yeah, that's it.
Why a zero is mentioned there, Jeet?
Zero.
Yeah.
What is this zero?
Usually SOSL queries while you write SOSL queries, so you have that option of indexing the SOSL queries. All right. So the first query which needs to be executed should be written 0. The next one, if you write another query here, for that you should give index number 1. That's how it works, right? So you need to instruct which one needs to be returned first, all right? So if you have multiple queries, then 1, 2 will be required. Okay. Now that's it. So my search now will perform a find operation and return it to the results. That's it. All right. Set keyword will set the value into the keyword variable, and this keyword variable will be searched here. Okay. Now let's go and define these functions or call these functions here. First of all, let me just go ahead and complete this because it's for account now, right? Apex column value name industry phone fax. Okay, where do I need to call this function search now? In this Visual Force page, where do we need to call this function? Search now function needs to be called where? Sorry? Button,
After
command button,
yeah,
correct.
command button. Yeah.
So this command button should call that function, okay? So you define it as an action for the command button. Correct. And where do we need to call this set keyword? The set keyword will be called where? In this page. Where do we need to call that function? Set keyword. Where will I set the keyword? In which component?
Where we'll be searching the keyword.
So which component basically? That's more.
Apex play.
Yeah,
Text, yeah.
text box. Correct. Correct. So that should come in the input text. So value equals keyword. Okay, again the set part of the method does not need to be called here. Okay, only the function name after the set. It's keyword. That's it. Yeah. So my method and the page and everything is saved. Now let me search for United. Click on search. To get the results, search for some other keyword. Express. Click on search. To get the results, search for hotel. There is no hotel keyword anywhere in my accounts. Search for textile. The way the query needs to be written is different. Right. Okay. Now, do you notice one thing that while I search for United, it shows me this record also. You see this?
Yeah, even the one above that, Sanjay, Arizona.
Yeah. So what do you think? Why is it showing me this kind of a result?
I think the United is part of one of the values in the other fields which we are not displaying here.
Yes. So United word has appeared in some other field which is not being displayed here. Maybe in the country, United States. Okay. So why is it searching all the fields? Because I've clearly said in all fields. Okay, we have an option of performing the search in some fields only. Like you can say in name fields also. Now it will search only the name fields. It will not search all the fields. Okay. Now if you try to perform the search, see, it will only show you the records where United keyword is appearing in the name. Right. So you have both the options. You just can perform a search on the name field, or you can perform the search on all the fields. Okay. Give me one moment. There is this reference guide to SOQL and SOSL. Which I'm going to share it. Okay, so this is a nice documentation of all the SOSL and SOQL queries. Okay. So if you see here, One is SOQL, which has all the select query related stuff, and one is SOSL, which has all the find query related stuff. The SOSL syntax, you can look into it. Find, search query, in search query. So this is the syntax actually. So we have exactly written the same way. You can perform search in all fields, name fields, email fields, and sidebar fields. Okay, so these are the options that you have. So either you perform it in all the fields, or you can perform it in name fields, or email fields, or phone fields, or sidebar fields. Got it? So that's how the search can be performed. And after that, we have all the options available.
What is sidebar field?
Sorry?
Sidebar field? Sidebar field?
Yeah, the fields which are there in the sidebar, your setup options and all those fields. Clear on this?
Can you open this V19 Visual Studio?
Cool.
The text input text value equals to keyword, right?
Hmm.
Can I reference it in that?
First thing, I need the microphones on mute, please. I'm getting a lot of noise. Can we have the microphones on mute, please, for everyone?
Hello? Hello?
Hello? Yeah, you can speak now.
Hello?
Thank you. Thanks all for muting the microphone. Yeah.
Can I ask something?
Yeah, yeah. Please go ahead. I'm waiting for you.
Yes. Input text we have here, right? And
Hmm.
value equals to keyword.
Hmm.
Can I reference this for the Apex class? This keyword we have to return it.
Sorry, can I reference it to?
Means which keyword? This keyword in Apex class, like I can't map it to Apex and Visual Force.
This is Apex class.
Why we? Yes, this is
This
Visual
is
Force.
keyword because that's what my method name is here. Okay. So whatever is your method name, that is what you'll have to call there. Instead of keyword, if it was something else, you should have called that particular method name there. So it's basically not referring to any keyword, it's referring to the method name that you have defined there.
Set method, exactly.
Set method, exactly.
Set method.
Yes. Okay. So I am basically calling the set method here. Okay, this is the method name. So Salesforce has designed it in such a way that when you're defining a set method, you don't have to use the set word here. Anything which is a part of the name after set needs to be called there. So it's set keyword. Okay. So if it was set ABC, then you should have called here ABC. Instead of keyword, you should have mentioned ABC. Got it? Okay. So what I would suggest you to do is just go back and try to create a similar kind of page for maybe account or something. Sorry, for an opportunity or a contact. Okay, and see if you are able to work with the search interface. It's pretty easy. Just that there is just one void method that we have used. Otherwise, everything is pretty similar to what we have done earlier, right? And this void method is also pretty simple. It's simpler as compared to a get method. Set method is simpler. Okay, so just once or twice you write the code, you will start understanding logic, how it is picking the value from the page and supplying it back to the code. That's it. All right then.